Hi friendly people of YouTube, it's Jaeger06 here and welcome today to a deck profile of Ancient World. This is for the Dragon Emperors, Dragon Chief Emperors. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below for any more deck profiles you guys would like me to do on the channel. I'll also be getting a future card Buddyfight Ace booster box soon to open for you guys. So hopefully you enjoy this video and enjoy that too. So first up we have Searing Overturned Chief, Duel Jaeger, Dynamite Neo. This card is a size 3 monster, 5,000 defense, 3 critical, and 15,000 power. So yeah, that's a pretty good amount of power. Its core cost is put it on top of a Dragon Chief Emperor or Thunder Empire card on your field and pay 3k extra. Yes, this card is also a Thunder Empire card, so you can use it in the Thunder Emperor's flag. Its effect is its normal effect. If your card attacked 3 or more times during this turn, call this card from your hand by paying its core cost. Add its amazing overturn ability. During your attack phase, pay 1 life. For this turn, this card gets +1 critical. Its attacks cannot be nullified, and its damage cannot be reduced if attacking alone. So it has triple attack, soul guard, and it has lifelink. So, yeah, there's that. There we go. But yeah, so that's a pretty good card in my opinion. Next we have a blurry camera. Why? Come on, camera. Thank you. Colossal Ocean Chief, Duel Jaeger. Size 3 monster, 6,000 defense and 8,000 power. Critical of 3. Card cost, pay 2 gauge, put up to 1 Dragon Chief Emperor from your drop zone into this card's soul. This card has Penetrate and Soul Guard. So yeah, that's another pretty good card. Next you have the simple Ancient World flag, which you obviously use Ancient World and generic cards. Then you have Chief of Wind, Messenger Jin. It's a size 2 monster, 3,000 power, a critical of 3, 3,000 attack. Power. And 3,000 defense. With this card into your field, put 1 size 3 Dragon Chief Emperor from your drop zone into your hand. So it's really for gaining cards from your drop zone into your hand. It's not really packed with power or defense. So even though it has a critical of 3, it's not as useful as you would expect it to be. But you know, it's still a pretty good card in terms of critical and its abilities. Underling Knuckler Dan. It's a size 1 monster, 2,000 defense and 4,000 power. A critical of 2. If you have an originally size 3 Dragon Chief Emperor on your field, reduce the size of this card by 1. And it has lifelink 1. Then you have Ocean Boy, Anchor, Ripple. It's an item card, as you can see. It's a critical of 2 and 3,000 power. Equip cost, pay 1 gauge, pay 1 life. This card can attack even if there's a monster in your center, so that's pretty good. Then you have this spell here, which is Rise and Fall of Dragons, which is to pay 2 life, and then put the top 4 cards of your deck into your gauge. But you may only cast this card once per turn. But that's really useful. Gain 4 gauge. Wow, that's actually really good. Especially with Dragon Emperor Legend, which is also in this deck, which allows you to gain even more gauge. So yeah, that's pretty useful. Chief of Armors, Under the Ken. Size 2 monster, 4,000 defense, 6,000 power, and a critical of 2. Put this card from your hand into the soul of a size 3 Dragon Chief Emperor monster on your field. It has lifelink 1. So yeah, that's pretty useful, especially if you want to keep your Duel Jaeger on the field and you think it needs more soul, then you can put this into the soul. So yeah, that's pretty useful. Forgive me for the snuffling and everything. I have a cold at the moment. But yeah. Dragon Thunder. Destroy a monster on the field with 2,000 or less power or defense. Why is the camera blurry again? There we go. Destroy a monster on the field with 2,000 or less power or defense. So yeah, that's basically for getting rid of weak monsters. Or not exactly weak monsters, because there's stuff like Barts that have like 2,000 defense and they're pretty good cards. Then you have the Impact card, which is Big Catch Cayenne, Ocean Cleaving, Twin Dragon Wave. And it's an impact, as you can see. You may only cast this card if your opponent has 3 life or less, and you have a size 3 monster at your center. Pay 2 gauge to deal 3 damage to your opponent. I mean, it's not the best impact in the world, but I guess it's pretty good, considering you already have quite a lot of strong cards in this deck anyway. So yeah, it's just good as a last-minute finisher. Oh my gosh. Next, you have Great Ocean Deity, Jaeger Caesarian. This is the kind of like special, like evolved form of Jaeger for this deck. It's a size 3 monster, 6,000 defense, 10,000 power, add a critical of 2. Double attack, soul guard, add lifelink 2. Pay 2 gauge, put the card on top of a size 3 Dragon Chief Emperor on your field. I mean a size 3 Dragon Chief Emperor without cards in its soul. So basically, you have to really have a Jaeger that doesn't have soul, or a size 3 card that doesn't have soul in order to use this. And then put the top card of your deck into its soul, so it has 2 soul. Because obviously 1 soul from the card it's on top of, and then 1 soul from the soul you get. And when this card is to the field, you may destroy an opponent's monster. So that's pretty good as well. Ocean Emperor style Whirlpool Seal. Pay 1 gauge, pay 1 life, and rest a monster on your opponent's field. So, yeah, even though it may cost 1 life and 1 gauge, but that's still pretty useful to rest a card. Like, that could be a combo with Caesarian, like destroying a card and then resting a card to allow your opponent not to use cards on the field. I mean, yeah, this card is actually a counter, but still. Like, if they have 1 less monster, and you know, that could get rid of this center, and then you can use that, and that also rest a card, so that they can't do anything, like counter-attack. So then you have Ocean Boys Anchor Ripple, again. So yeah, you get a lot of doubles of cards, because this is a deck. So you're getting a lot of doubles. So then you have Dragon Within the Ocean, which is pay 1 life, and pay 1 gauge. Search your deck up to 1 size 3 Dragon Chief Emperor, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. You may only cast this card once per turn. As you can see, it's mainly to try and get Jaeger, which is why Jaeger is the monster on the picture. That's why he's the picture of the card, because it's mainly to try and get Jaeger. Like, if you're searching for a size 3 Dragon Chief Emperor in your deck, you're most likely going to want to pick Jaeger. Then you have Iron Fist Chief Strongo. There is actually a hollow version of this. Let me just get it pretty quickly. Yes, there we go. Iron Fist Chief Strongo. Pay 1 gauge, put the top card of your deck into its soul. Add its soul guard as if this card will leave the field. You may discard a card in order to make sure that this card is not destroyed. That's how soul guard works. So yeah, it's not the best in the world for defense and power and so on, but a critical of 3 and just 1 gauge to call it, that's pretty good. So yeah. Then you have Apprentice Underling, Rookie Ichi. This is like a card that is really just to have more cards on your field. It has no effects, it's a size 0. It has 4,000 power and 1,000 defense and 1 critical, so it's really just to have more cards on your field. Ice Dragon Emperor Glakeys. This card is a size 2. It has 3,000 power and 4,000 defense and a critical of 3. So its effect is free shot. During an attack on your opponent's turn, if you have a size 3 monster on your field, you can discard this card from your hand and pay 1 life and nullify the attack. I mean, that's a lot to nullify an attack, but, you know, still nullifies the attack. So I guess that's pretty useful. Like, especially if it's, like, a really powerful attack that you really want to nullify. And you don't have any, like, nullifier cards, and the only card you have that can nullify that is that card in your hand. So yeah, I guess it's useful for that. So yeah, once again, you're getting a lot of doubles in this deck. As you can see, this is actually originally the trio deck, Dragon, Emperor of the Colossal Ocean from Triple D. So yeah, I got these cards from like Big Orbit Cards and Total Cards. And there's also this other place I buy from called Zatu Games. I'll put the link in the description. Next, you have Strength of 1,000 Dragons. Choose a Dragon Chief Emperor monster in battle. And for this battle, give it 3,000 power, 3,000 defense, and counter attack. Yay. So as you can see, it's mainly meant for, you know, Iron Fist, Strong Go. But you can use it for pretty much any card. But yeah. So that's really good for just gaining that extra defense to get your opponent not being able to get past you. And then extra attack if you want to protect your opponent and get past them. Ice Dragon Emperor Legally once more. We continue to see doubles, as this is a trial deck originally, and I actually added more cards and bought more cards for this deck. So yeah, so now it's become a pretty good deck. Jaeger Dragon's Best. This is a nullifier card. So you may only cast this card during an attack on your opponent's turn if you have 5 life or more. Pay 1 life, nullify the attack, and put the top card of your deck into your gauge. So that's pretty good. You can gain a gauge and nullify the attack, so yeah, that's pretty useful. I mean, it only pays 1 life, so that's not that bad, I guess. I know you guys might be worrying that a lot of these cards have to pay life, and like, how am I gonna make sure that I still have enough life? Well, there's actually cards that allow you to gain life. This is specifically with this one, Dragon Dreams. You gain 3 life by activating this card. So yeah, I use this card a lot when I Buddyfight with this deck, just to help me gain the life in order to use certain cards. You have Chief of Wind Messenger Jin once more. Duel Jaeger once more. So yeah, you're getting a lot of doubles of cards in this deck. I think that's almost all the cards. I think there's only a few left that you guys haven't seen. But otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's all of them, apart from this one. Dragon Emperor Legend. Put the top card of your deck into your gauge, gain 1 life, and draw a card. This is the card I was talking about, to gain life. But this card is really useful because you can gain a gauge, draw a card, and gain a life. I mean, you can only cast it once per turn, but it costs nothing to play it, and it's really useful. So yeah, that's really good to have in your deck as well, if you are using this deck. And that's it for this deck profile. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. Hit that notification button if you guys want to see more anime, TCG, and singing related videos. Thanks a lot for watching, and bye.